Hi guys, I'm Ghoulina Boo, and I am here today to give you some tips on conventions, primarily more around Anime Expo since, it's coming up soon. It's like a week away, I believe. And, basically it is summer, and summer is kind of known for con season. And I do believe that some of these tips can be used towards those conventions as well. Although the policies might be a little bit different, you can still kind of get the basic, it's a week before AX and I am getting my stuff ready. So when I mean getting my stuff ready, I am already packing. So I'm ready, all my cosplays, all my outfits for those days, I'm getting them ready and I have everything together so that way, days leading up to the con, I'm not like going crazy looking for that one thing. I'm sure it's happened to you. That one thing you cannot find for the life of you. And the last thing you want that to happen is the day before the con, and then it's like you're stressed out, you're not happy, and you're not for it. So that is one thing I recommend, is packing and setting everything together so that way you know where everything's at. And along with that, usually what I would recommend is also having alternatives and extras of things. And when I mean alternatives, I mean, like, especially at least for me when it comes to makeup, I have extra lashes, I have extra lip colors, because one day I might wake up and, I cost tested and I was like, all right, this is what I want. But day of, it's like I wear it and I'm not really happy with it, and I want something else. So especially this year that we're staying at a hotel, I don't want to get to the hotel and it's like I wanted something else but I didn't pack anything else, and I don't have the luxury of just popping into my closet and getting something else. So that is something to keep in mind. And also, if you're cosplaying, something that you do want to have with you is extra material. And by extra material, I mean, for example, like I'm cosplaying 02 this year, and I am taking extra horns. And the reason for that is because if my headband breaks while I'm at the con and I lose one of these things, I don't want to walk around with only one horn, and it's not fun. So it's like they have cosplay repair. I don't know if they actually have material there for you to use, but I know they have tools. So they have they have glue guns, they have sewing machines. I don't know if they have Velcro, but stuff like that. I have changing rooms too. So, that is something to consider, just in case, especially if you are staying at a hotel and you don't have access to things like that. So I'm sure by now you already have your whole day planned out, when it comes to what day and like what you're doing and like all that stuff. And that's like the greatest thing you could do for yourself, is start planning ahead of time. And usually most cons, like for example Anime Expo, have their own app where you can actually like plan and figure out like everything that you're doing, and they'll have like the schedule, they'll have everything you need. So like this is a really good thing to have. And along with that though, given that, for example, this week AX actually announced that 2 of their biggest panels you're going to need a wristband for. And the problem with that is that a lot of people weren't expecting that, and everyone's kind of freaking out over it, and it's just like it kind of does in a sense hinder your plans. And it's like now it's like, for example, the premiere fans have to pick over entering the exhibit hall earlier or getting in line for the wristband for My Hero. So that is something that you should keep track of, is when the convention does change the policies, change rules regarding panels, guests, everything. That is something that you want to keep track of. And now, like for example us, our original plan was we get there at 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, drop off our stuff at the hotel we're staying at, go back to the con and get in line for My Hero. But the problem with that now is that we now have to figure out how early everyone's going to start lining up for the wristband line, and then in order to get in line for the actual line and then into the panel. So it's like now that kind of hinders us in the sense where we're thinking, oh, we don't have to wake up that early. We gotta wake up early now. So that is something that you should prepare for and be it's gonna happen, and it sucks when it does, but it happens, and it's just something you have to be prepared for. How I learned to understand that these things are gonna happen, and because of it, like I plan ahead, or I, like I try to figure out situations for it. And like for example, the last year, this is another thing you want to keep in mind. Each con has their own policies. AX has this policy about room clearing. So depending on the panel that you're going to, room clearing, basically they'll clear the room out after every single panel. So that way no one is allowed to just hang out and just stay there. Last year during AX, the Persona panel, before the Persona panel, there was a Funimation panel. And the Funimation line was still kind of like funneling into the panel. And our friend, we'll call him Dante, our friend Dante suggested, hey, get into the Funimation panel because they do not do room clearing. So we at first were kind of like, oh no, like we need to get into, the Persona line. And, we didn't believe it at first, but then we decided, okay, let's just get into the Funimation one. So we went into the Funimation line, we sat down, and by the time we sat down, the Funimation panel was already ending. So at first I was thinking in my head, like, what the heck is happening? And, we end up asking a volunteer, like, hey, are we going to be cleared out after this? And they're like, no, you're welcome to stay, like that kind of thing. So that panel was not a clearing out panel. So by the time everyone who was in the line for Funimation got in, basically those were the people who knew about room clearing. So they got into the panel for Persona 5. So once the Funimation panel finished, no one left. No one left at all. And I don't know what happened with the line outside for the Persona panel. If you were in that line, please let me know what happened, because we do not know what happened, and we're still wondering till this day what happened. But yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind, that some panels do clear rooms and some of them don't. So if it's a big panel and for a fact that room is not going to be cleared, you want to get in there before that, so that way you slowly move your way up to the front. Some people are probably gonna get really mad that I'm sharing this, because that is the way that most people do get into their panels, but it is something to keep in mind that it does happen. And you just gotta know how to play the system. I know that now. I didn't know that before. I had no idea that was a thing. And I've been going since 2010, and I just found out last year. So it's one of the main point why everyone's there. You're there to have fun, you're there to like share your cosplays, you're there to meet new people, you're there to meet your idols, you're there to just have fun. And that's one thing that I think kind of we forget when we're there. And like little things happen, and we let that little thing that it could mean a lot to us, but we shouldn't let it destroy the entire day or the entire week of fun that you could possibly have over just that one thing. And like I'm a very I'm a very sensitive person, so like my cosplays used to like mess up, and I used to get so angry, and like I used to just let it like bother me for the rest of the day, and I was like in a really bad mood. And it's not fair. It's not fair for the people around you. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad that you miss, like it's okay. It happens. Like it's something natural that you're going to feel, but you shouldn't let it ruin that entire con experience for you, or ruin it for the people around you. It's like you're there to have fun, and you should have fun, and it's okay. Like it's okay. But yeah, I hope you guys found any piece of information useful. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed my random stories from AX. And yeah, I'll be there all days. I'll be cosplaying Deku and 02, so hopefully I see you guys around. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any other tips or anything that I can use, or things that you guys learned over the years in the comments. I don't mind that at all. I love reading them. I'll leave links down below of like social media if you guys want to follow me on there and check out my cosplays. I have been posting up progress photos and stuff like that, and you know, I'd love to see you guys at the con, especially if you're cosplaying my hero or Darling in the Franxx, because I have something planned for that. So let me know if you guys are gonna be there. I would love to see you guys there.